G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of the Sledgehammer Fight Show as we preview the Australian Civil War between Jarrod Left Jab Fletcher and Daniel the Real Deal Geale.
The best place to fight is in Australia.
You're fighting for your place in history.
At the Horden Pavilion on December the 3rd. On my right hand side we have Jarrod. Jarrod, thanks for coming along to the show. You're a busy man.
Thank you.
On screen we have the real deal, Daniel Geale. Daniel, thank you for taking your time out today.
Thanks for that.
The pleasure's all ours. We're really appreciative of the time you boys have taken to go out. We're only 27 days removed from the fight at the time of a taping. Daniel, I'd have to assume you're in pretty heavy training at the moment, and how's your preparation going?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, training's tough at the moment, which it's got to be, but everything's going to plan. Everything's working really well. My coach Graham Shaw is pushing me extremely hard, and I'm doing everything I need to be doing at this stage. That's good, and obviously your fitness levels, as always, are pretty good. Yeah, fitness is really good at the moment. We got plenty of sparring on at the moment, so the boys are testing me out, but I'm feeling good.
Good on you, Daniel. And Jarrod, you're in the same boat too. And being in the hot Brisbane weather, you'd be feeling the heat a little bit, and it's going to make weight issues probably not too much of a problem.
Yeah, my weight's quite good at the moment. And yeah, our gym, it's ridiculously hot. It's an old tin shed, so probably minimum 40 degrees in there in the middle of the day. So it's very hot. It's tough training conditions, but it just makes you stronger. So
yeah, that it would. Daniel, there's no doubt in the world this has got to be the Australian boxing fight of the year. Like, as soon as it was announced, everybody's just jumped on board, looking forward to it. With Jarrod himself being easily the two best middleweights in the country, it'd be a fight you've been looking forward to as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those fights where it is probably the best two middleweights in the country, and sometimes at other stages of different guys' careers, these fights don't happen, but luckily enough, our promoters have set this fight up, and this is going to be a great fight for everybody that loves boxing. It's going to be a great event. There's a great undercard as well, and mine and Jarrod's fight is going to be a cracker to watch.
It's going to be an absolute beauty. I'll be putting my $50 down straight away to watch that one. A lot of guys are going to say, and I've mentioned this to Jarrod before, with your big fight experience, with the 2 world titles, those 2 big fights with Anthony, especially when you won the last one, they're going to give you the edge and experience and probably put you in as a slight favourite. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I never look into any of that, to be honest. Who's favourite, who's not the favourite. We both guys that have had good international experience, and we've been in there and done plenty of rounds together, so we know a fair bit about each other, which is a little bit unusual. Normally you get in the ring with guys you've never seen before, never faced, so it does make it interesting, and I guess that makes us go outside the box a little bit. It's going to be one of those fights where we have to dig deep and try a few different things that the other person hasn't expected.
Jarrod, with Daniel's big fight experience, and he's had a lot more of the bigger fights and world titles than that, but you had that fight in the States, like you mightn't have brought home the chocolates, but you would have won so much from having that massive main event in the USA, and you've always been a man who's picked everything quickly up in the boxing game in your amateur and pro career. Yeah,
definitely. It was very unfortunate in the States. I got caught in the first round, and it was always going to be hard to come back from that. I thought I was boxing on well in the sort of 3rd, 4th, 5th round, but I got caught again. So, I've definitely taken a lot from that fight. I've got to tighten my defence up a lot, and I'm sure Daniel's going to be trying to, catch me out again. So, it all comes back to my training and my preparation, which at the moment is going really well. We've got just under 4 weeks now till the fight, so I've just got to make sure I put it in the hard work, and I think this is going to be one of the fights of the year. It really is.
Oh, without a doubt, it's going to be the fight of the year. You're right, you did get off to a bit of a slow start, but the funny thing was with your fight, your 5th round, because I watched it, I thought it was your best round. You're really coming into it and starting to trouble that guy.
Yeah,
You're troubling
mate.
Daniel Jacobs.
Yeah, like I said, he caught me with a massive shot in that first round, and it was always going to be hard to come back from that.
Yeah.
I sort of almost had my feet back under me, but he caught me again in the 5th round. So, mate, there's like I said, that comes down. That was my fault. You know, my defence wasn't as tight as it should be. So, mate, they're things I've got to work on in the gym, and me and the team are confident that you know, we're past that now.
That's good. Daniel, you were probably in the same boat because I watched that fight with the Russian you had, and that was a beautiful right hand you caught that guy with. And it was just funny, and I'd rarely seen it, just as he was on the back foot, he threw that big hook. Like, I know fights aren't won and lost on luck, but it's a bit like playing rugby league. You get that ball to bounce the right way, instead of going in the touch, you score 6 points. And I thought that night, you were extremely unlucky myself.
Yeah, that's it. And, you know, unfortunately it goes that way sometimes. And sometimes I guess it is taken a little bit out of your hands. But, you know, like Jarrod said, you know, you train very hard, and you have to put the hard work in it, and you learn from everything as well. And, you know I've learned from, you know, little things that haven't worked for me in the past. And, you know, it's tough, as Jarrod knows as well. You know, when you go overseas, you're fighting in the US,
For
you know,
sure.
everything is against you. You know, you don't have much crowd support there as well. And, you know, it's all stacked up against you. So, you know, it is tough, but it's definitely experience that we gain. And, you know, we only get better from that.
You will get better too, and Golovkin is probably a heavier hitter than most middleweights that are going around too, I feel. What with your mental preparation, like he's both unlucky last time, coming off a loss, as I know myself because I had plenty of them, it's true, it can sometimes be pretty difficult, but your mental preparation's pretty good with it?
Yeah, it's all been good. You know, I've you know, keep things in perspective as much as possible. You know, I'm you know, focused on what's ahead. You know, I learn from, you know, my mistakes in the past, and
For sure.
you know, I get better from that. So, you know, I'm staying positive, and you know, my coach Graham Shaw, you know, he thinks that things are, you know, perfect. They're in the right place. So, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy with the way that I'm going, and as long as he's happy, then, you know, we're all happy.
It's common knowledge all around Australia that you guys are quite good friends outside the ring, and it is a business. And Jarrod, I know you and Daniel won't get into the trash talking and any of that bullshit,
No.
but at the same time, I'm sure you won't be holding the ropes open for each other either. How would your mental prep be fighting Daniels than, say, fighting someone that you don't like?
Oh, mate, it's always the same. You know, I go
Is it?
into every fight exactly the same. Daniel's a good bloke. We are good mates. But come 3rd of December, I know that once I get in that ring, Daniel wants to kill me. You know,
For sure.
It's boxing. That's just the way it is. Yeah, after the fight, I'm sure we'll have a beer and shake hands and be mates again. It's
Of course, that's our sport.
yeah, we've spoken about this before. You know, this is business now. We've both got young
sure.
families, and we both want this win more than anything. This sort of propels us back into line to get a shot at a world title. So it's a must-win fight for both of us. And
For sure.
like I said, we are good mates. Daniel's a good bloke. I've got a lot of time for him. But 3rd of December, it's got to be my night. So, mate, everything's going to be put into that.
Just say things go your way on the night and you get the win over Daniel Geale. What does this do for your career?
Oh, geez, like, we're both coming off losses, you know, big losses, world title fight. So, you know, we get that win, you're straight back in line, then, you know, back in world title contention. So, and whoever loses, it's a long road back from there. You know, coming off 2 losses, it's going to be very tough. So, mate, I'm not even trying to think about losing at the moment. I've got to focus on getting the win on the 3rd of December, and mate, everything's going well at the moment. Like I said, I've got 4 weeks ahead of me, and I've just got to make sure everything just keeps ticking over nicely. So
pretty much you're sort of hoping if you get the win over Daniel, it sort of puts you back in world title contention?
Yeah, definitely. Whatever the management team want, I'm happy to do. I'll fight whoever in the middleweight division, it doesn't matter. So at the moment, my main concern's Daniel, so that's what we're going to focus on. For sure.
Daniel, I suppose you're in the same boat. I win over Jarrod Fletcher. What does that do for you?
Yeah, it's the same deal. You know, I'm ready for whatever the management want to throw at me. You know, this fight, you know, propels the rankings back up to where they need to be, and
for sure,
it's just a matter of, you know, working out, you know, what you can get. You know, obviously everybody wants to be fighting for world titles, but not everybody gets the chance. So, you know, hopefully I get into the position where, you know, I'm going to be fighting for a world title early next year sometime, and you know, that's my goal. That's all I'm looking at the moment. Just making sure, you know, take one fight at a time, one step at a time, and get myself into the position where I can, you know, challenge for those titles.
Yeah, Daniel, it was really good. I suppose you've got plenty of sponsors at the moment. Is there anyone in particular you'd like to thank at all?
Yeah, definitely want to thank Sportingbet, who have been with me for a long time now. Paul Wakeling, Holden as well, who's been a great supporter, and Everlast as well. You know, they've you know, without these sort of guys, it makes it very difficult.
Makes it hard to get the sport and the finance going. Jarrod, you've been in the same boat. I imagine you have plenty of sponsors, people backing you as well.
Yeah, I just want to say a massive thanks to Brian Webb from C&W. Those guys have been with me now for well over 5 years, and I couldn't be doing this without them. You know, they're a full-time sponsor, and I'm able to box full-time. So a massive thanks to them, everyone at Fortitude Gym, and everyone else who sort of supports me and follows me. Just thank you very much.
Yeah, both of you boys have massive followings, and they're all going to be showing up on December the 3rd at the Hilton Pavilion in Sydney. It's going to be a great night. Well, without any further ado, I just can't thank either of you boys enough for coming on today. You're both so busy, but you've just made an effort to come on. So, Jarrod, thank you very much for coming on.
Cheers.
And Daniel, a big thank you to you. So I know you're very busy in Sydney. I'd really like to thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks, guys.
The pleasure's all ours.
Cheers, Geale. Thanks, mate.
And just while I'm here, I'd like to put a special thanks out to Steve Della and Gary Francisco for helping put all this together for us. They recommended me to both boys and recommended our show. It was really nice of them to do that. So thanks, boys. And once again, thank you, Jarrod, and thank you, Daniel. It's going to be a great night on the 3rd. Like Molly Meldrum says, do yourself a favour and make sure you get there. And ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all we have time for on a special edition of the Sledgehammer Fight Show.